I wake up this morning in Thailand and find out back home the world is in shock from Will Smith doing the fool. This Nas, Mass, middle-aged singer. We're gonna chop it up about this real quick. What you think about this, man?
Hey, this is Nimo from the Mass. I don't know, but we're gonna talk about it right now because I have my own ideas and you got your own ideas.
Yeah.
So let's chop it up. Let's go. What's your opinion about it?
My opinion about it is, remember we talked about masculinity in one of our previous shows, right?
Right.
And what toxic masculinity was. And what did I say? I said an example of toxic masculinity is when men do that to each other. I'm bigger, I'm badder than you, right? And that's what we saw on display here. Will Smith, exerting his physical presence over Chris Rock. That's an example to me of toxic masculinity because there's other ways to be masculine without being physical.
No, I mean you say that, but there's justification for that.
Well,
I mean, when somebody insults your wife, your family, how you gonna respond to that?
Not
you
like
gotta take
that.
Not
like that.
What do you mean? How else were you supposed to react?
Okay, so let's take it this way.
Okay.
If that was, I think it was somebody else that made a comment. A black female made a comment about something similar to that. Say he went up and slapped her. How do you think the world would have responded to that?
A black female.
She was black, but the woman who made the comment. But what if he done that? What would the world be saying about Will Smith this morning?
Not good, of course. I mean, it's not gonna be anything exciting. Just like right now, the action, I won't say is the best, but I think when somebody insults your wife, that's medical. Well, I think she's healed from my understanding, right? She has a medical condition, and somebody
alopecia or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. And somebody insult her personally. Even me, if somebody insults somebody so close to me, like let's say take my parents or my mom for example, I get real offended. I can react a certain way.
I understand the emotion, but men should not be guided by their hubris. You have to be able to control yourself under all circumstances. This was the world watching, man, and he lost it. I mean, this was weakness on display. It's not strength. Now, let's take the point that you made about it being a family member.
Okay.
Right? Okay. We know now that she had it. Prior to this, I didn't know she had anything like that. He didn't know she had anything like that.
But that's not. Maybe he did, because if you listen to the conversation, it sounds like they have a prior conversation about, hey, don't make any jokes about my family, stay out of it. And Chris Rock, being a comedian, still pushed that envelope.
But he said this morning, I did not know she was dealing with that. Because Chris Rock is not a malicious guy, right? He's not a malicious guy. So let me understand this. It's okay to use violence when someone insults you with just words.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying there was a prior conversation to say, hey, so if I say, Nas, look, you're gonna be doing something, don't talk about me, don't talk about my family, I'm sensitive or whatever it is, just don't bring it up. You go to the show, everybody's talking about that same thing, I'm already pissed off, I'm already on edge, and you go, I've already had that conversation, don't bring it up, don't do it, and you quote unquote put on a show and you make that statement. And I've already told you, don't say anything about it.
Okay, we don't know.
How do you want me to react?
We don't know that happened, right? But let's say it did. Okay. Let's assume that it did.
Okay.
Let's take your scenario. What I do is I go up on stage, I get my Oscar. While I'm getting my Oscar, I say, Chris, we had a conversation. I tell the world we had a conversation before this, and I explained to you that your words are really hurtful to my wife and my family. That would have damaged Chris Rock more than slapping him, because what that statement said was, even at the top level of black success, we still don't care about each other. Wow, you just slap a man in front of everybody, but you didn't slap the guy that actually did the thing with your wife.
I understand that, but you also got to understand the emotion in that moment.
He's a professional, man.
Yeah, I mean, we are humans too. I mean, you can say
Chris
we're
Rock is human too.
Yeah, I understand that. But like I said, I believe they did have that conversation because you can hear Chris Rock say,
but it still doesn't justify, right? It still doesn't justify him putting his hands on another man. You can't throw out the rules because of feelings, because what you're talking about is feelings.
I'm just sometimes our emotion, which is hard to control our emotions sometimes.
100% agree with that.
So,
100% agree.
But and he did come back and I apologize.
But not to Chris Rock.
We don't know that though.
No, he didn't. He did
But
not
we don't.
apologize.
That's not fact. We don't know.
But you,
anything
but
behind
if
the
you,
scenes.
but did you watch the? Did you watch the when he got his award?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
And he said, "I apologize to the people who got who the other nominees." He said, "I apologize to the Academy." He did not mention Chris Rock at all.
Well, that's blasphemy. I'm telling you, it basically is indirectly saying, "I told you not to do this. I'm going to apologize to everybody else, but I'm not going to apologize to you because I specifically told you don't bring it up, and you still did."
Okay.
So why do I need to apologize for
Okay,
that?
so let's take it to another. Let's take it to because we agree to disagree on that, right?
Okay.
So let's approach this a different way. How do you think two high-profile black men going to blows on national TV would have played around the world? Because I heard a lot of people saying that Chris Rock should have fought back. My opinion is that he did the right thing by standing there, keeping his composure, and continuing to do his job.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you as far as Chris Rock reaction to that. I think that was professionalism at the highest point.
At the highest level.
point. Because everybody's reaction is self-defense. Automatically,
Right.
somebody hits you, you're self-defense, you want to swing back. But at that time, he looked at the higher picture, the greater good. Because like I said, black people don't usually have such opportunity to host such events. So you don't want to ruin, future opportunity for black,
And Will was
entertainers
trying
coming
to
up.
win this award for the last 10, 15 years, bro. And he gets the legitimate shot. He's on the front row, which means you're going to win it, right?
Yeah.
And he does that. He loses his cool. And he does that. And I just think that he lost a lot of credibility. People are going to be like, yeah, he should have been talking about his wife and all that. But where was her anger at how she made him look in the public eye? When she was on that damn red table talking about he didn't make her feel good. I wanted to feel, and this young boy with emotional problems was making her feel. How?
Yeah, but that's all part of the emotional distress that a lot of us go through. Not everybody can handle things. We all handle things differently. The way I handle something is completely different from the way you handle it. At that moment in time, it was a reaction. It was time. It didn't really have time to react. I just think he acted all of a sudden, so he didn't think about it. He was emotional. I just felt like he had that discussion with him, but it didn't work out. You know what I mean?
Do you think that this incident set back black men for the way we're viewed around the world? We're already viewed kind of, like brutes anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good question. I don't think so. The reason is because there was a reaction, there was an action, there was a reaction. Will Smith acted, Chris Rock reaction was perfect. Now, if they would have won at it, that would have been two completely different things. You know what I mean? So I think we can still. I think we're good. I think we're good.
All right,
But-
Nimo. Appreciate the lively discussion. We
Yes,
just
sir.
wanted to jump out here,
Yeah.
give our opinions. As you see, we brothers. We don't agree, but we still down for the cause
Yeah,
together.
we are here. This is Nimo, Mass. We're in Thailand. We're still gonna have fun. If you have any comment, let us know. See ya. Peace.